Hey guys, I see your comments on the post and I see people confused and perplexed about my language. Don't be confused and perplexed. Unfollow me. Leave my page. Listen, all of these opinions about you too hard on her, you let people call you out your name. You let people use that word freely and you let them get away with murder. You cry on social media, look what they did to me, help me find them, do your job, social media. You should have did your fucking job when they was in your goddamn face. Again, I say, you let people play in your face, no one will ever play in my face. Your opinion of me doesn't matter. Your support of me, if you want to take it back, God got another person that will cover that. You know what I'm saying? All that shit y'all talking means nothing because you let people play in your face and you cry in the car, Craig. You cry in the goddamn car. Not me. Not me. So again, I say, if I've displeased you in any way, kick fucking rocks. Deuces.
She said she didn't want food. She said she just wanted someone to see her. The camera kept rolling as Shirley knelt down, gently holding the woman's face. You matter. Do you hear me? The woman broke down in tears. And in that moment, you realized this wasn't just charity. This was something deeper. Something that came from a place most people never survive. This is the story of Shirley Reynolds, a woman who became a symbol of hope for thousands living on the streets of Los Angeles. But behind her kindness was a painful past. And years of warning signs about a broken system that no one truly fixed.
Ego, the downfall of man. Listen, guys, I called and reserved Tonopah Park days ago for my son's celebratory anniversary. I was told it shouldn't be a problem. Today I get a phone call, a message saying I can't use the park. They're not going to open until 2. The supervisor did not approve my request. I called and I asked why. She says, well, the homeless are a danger, he says. A danger? I said, girl, this is what I do for a living. I take care of them. Plus, we follow the rules all the time. We're on the outside of the park till 2. Mind you, they got to be back in line by 3 o'clock, 3:30 to line up, so they know that. So they only get an hour and a half in the park. Then they got to go back in line and line up in order to get a space to sleep on the ground by the Salvation Army. So she tells me there's nothing she can do about that. The supervisor said no. I said, girl, I got a pinata. I done bought basketballs. I got games for them to sit inside. We got water games, grass games. Nothing they can do. They have absolutely refused me to use Tonopah Park. So the video I post today, you're going to see me running around telling everybody to come to Tonopah Park. We're just going to use the front of the park. I'm disheartened. I am going to have a breakdown. But I absolutely told her. And I'm so disappointed because I would have, if I was her, I'd have been like, yeah, that don't make no sense, girl. Let me investigate this. But I left her with, you know what? I said, I believe in God. And I pray everybody has the day that they deserve. And I left it at that. See y'all on Saturday at 9 outside the park.
She was a mother. She was a woman who had seen life from both sides, the struggle and the survival. She worked through pain that most people couldn't even imagine. She built strength from loss. Before the world ever knew her name, Shirley was just trying to hold her life together. She had dreams like anyone else. A simple life, a peaceful home, a future for her children. But everything changed when tragedy struck. She lost her young son, and that moment broke something inside her. Grief doesn't just hurt. It reshapes you. For years, she struggled. Emotionally, mentally, financially. There were moments when she felt invisible, like the world had moved on without her. But instead of letting that pain destroy her, she turned it into purpose.
Well, I bought David's cookies and I put them in the oven and I baked them. I bought them, they was a frozen ball. When I'm done with them, they a flat bitch like this. So what do you think? Did I make them or did I buy them? You made them. Exactly. There it is. Want to know that I made the cookies, which I make a lot of shit homemade, but not them cookies. I love white chocolate peppermint, chocolate or caramel sauce. Chocolate, caramel, or peppermint? I don't even know if peppermint is Spanish, bitch. It sounds Spanish to me. Is peppermint Spanish?
Yeah, peppermint, yeah, yerba buena.
But how you say in Espanol, peppermint? I fucked you up, huh?
Menta.
Menta. Oh, yeah, I made my own word up. Peppermente. I thought so. I thought so, bitch. Yo, made it up. Yo. It sounded good, huh?
Thank you. God bless you.
No problemo.
Would you like white chocolate, peppermint, caramel, or chocolate?
Oh, I have the peppermint.
Peppermint?
Nice.
There you go.
How
How
you doing?
you doing, my love?
All right.
Good morning to you, honey. Good to see you.
I thought you moved to the liquidators because it has a lot of that stuff there.
Oh, you
And
know.
I spent $100 on the wigs. I spent other stuff.
Oh, don't buy that stuff.
I
I
didn't know that. I thought
How do you say it?
it? Store.
Oh, I would never sell stuff. I give stuff away.
Okay, tell her that. Store. And I went down. It has all like those little boxes, the yellow ones. And I'm thinking it's yours.
No, it's not me. I always give stuff away. I would never sell it, honey. You get that stuff from me for free, okay?
Oh,
We have some wigs today. They'll take care of you, okay? You don't have to pay for that stuff.
And then would you like
Okay.
sprinkles, marshmallows, or
Oh my goodness.
peppermint. I can't. Oh.
Have a blessed day,
Thank
Queen.
you, you too.
And I have another one if you run out of these.
Okay.
And this is all you have of these. So you already refilled that.
Okay, love white chocolate, peppermint, chocolate, or caramel sauce?
I'll take
Just marshmallow?
Good morning, King. How you doing, baby?
bless you.
I know that's right. No sauces, right? You gonna okay, baby.
Okay.
You were hey, baby. How are you doing? Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Are you doing white chocolate sauce, caramel, chocolate?
Caramel.
Caramel, okay. What you doing with the toppings? You gonna do all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, hit them hard with that caramel, Gingy, and I showed you how to do it. That's how you do it. That's how you get.
That looks good.
I trained her. I trained her.
You learn from the best.
Right, absolutely.
You learn from the best.
That looks delicious, Jen.
At first, her journey into helping others wasn't a movement. It was just small acts. Feeding people, listening to stories, showing up. At first, it looked like simple kindness. But slowly, it became something more. She began forming connections with people society had forgotten. People living on the streets. People struggling with addiction. People no one else wanted to look at. At first, people didn't understand her mission. Some even questioned it. But slowly, they started to see what she saw. Human beings. Not statistics. Not problems. People. And that's when everything started to shift.
How y'all, what y'all doing? Nothing good. Listen, a lot of y'all is pissy at that video. Let's just start with the obvious, motherfucker. User error. 404. User error. This earth suit be out malfunctioning, bitch. You don't think I want to be quiet? Shit, but spiritually, I be saying in my head, girl, it ain't worth it. Don't say shit. But this earth suit, this bitch be malfunctioning. And she don't like bullshit. Blame it on the earth suit, bitch. Don't blame it on the spirit counting up to the suit. Honey, she don't like when people play in her face like that. And let me tell you something. This whole system that he wanted me to follow is the same system that's a part of the reason I'm out there in the first goddamn place. Yes, me and my foul language and my smoking and my everything else you don't like about me, Bookie. I'm out there helping people with loss of food. You know what I'm saying? The SNAP loss. You know what I'm saying? Rules created by man. These same rules created by man, they're taking those rules and pulling the rug from underneath people's feet at a holiday time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that was very specific. And people are out there hungry. You know what I'm saying? So we're fighting over a fucking curbside pickup. Yeah. Like you just can't go you done driven to the store. You just can't go inside and get the groceries. So the same system that tells the homeless person you can't be out front, you're a bad representation, creates a special designated parking spot for you. Because it's all about the dollars. It's not about the person. You know what I'm saying? And do I follow the rules? The rules of the Lord, the rules of the universe supersede the rules of man. I would never break rules that put people in danger. I'm never going to park in front of a fire hydrant, obstruct help from getting to somebody. I'm never going to park in a handicapped spot, for goodness sakes. That's for somebody who really needs it. Your ass don't really need a curbside pickup if you really think about it. But anyway, potatoes. I could have moved the car, but it's all about how you speak to people. I speak with respect. Language like what you should have done, what you need to do. Things like that, you should address that to the motherfucking government. What they need to do is make sure people aren't out there hungry. What they should have done is not cut the SNAP benefits. You know what I'm saying? Language like that should not be directed at my earth suit because, again, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and 404 motherfucking user hour. My earth suit don't like being told what it should and should not do. Every day I'm out there fighting. I got to go to court on December 15th because the cops told me I should not be feeding places. You stole this land, which you celebrated yesterday. You created designated spots where certain people can do certain things on stolen land. You allow women and children and men to sleep on the streets. And then you tell me, because of laws that you created, I can't go to this particular designated spot and give assistance to people because I'm breaking rules. What I need to do is coordinate with you. No, what you need to do is open your third eye and coordinate with the universe. That's what you need to fucking do. I am a first responder. I'm not going to go to the back of the parking area where nobody can find me. There's families out there looking for me. I park in one fucking spot out of 6, 4 are empty, and you lose your mind. You want me to follow the rules of this corporation, the same corporation that's dumping pounds and pounds of food every day in the trash cans while chasing away homeless people from in front of their establishment. The same corporation that's probably not giving back. That's what you want me to follow. They're a part of the system that's creating the losses with SNAP, EBT, government cuts. It's all one system. Somebody's got to be outside of that system. It's always my black ass. I'm always the bad guy, bitch. Why? Because I cuss? Because the way I do the way I do the shit, if you don't like the way I do the shit, fix the shit. Or find a better motherfucking representation. Find somebody else that will step to the front. But nobody else wants to. It's always the broken that do the work and we get the ridicule. Bitch, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from fucking that. I'm saying I didn't sign up for the fucking job. I'm saying, but since I have the job, I do the job to the best of my ability. And I'm saying, I'm Peter. I'm swinging swords. I'm not letting people play in my face. I'm not even going to give you the opportunity to finish that goddamn sentence of what I should be doing, what I needed to do. Everything I should and need to be doing, me and God had that conversation before I washed my ass and got in this goddamn car. You don't like what I'm doing with my mouth? You don't like what I'm saying out of my mouth? My words offend you, but not the fact that kids sleep on the goddamn street. My words offend you. My words offend you. We got a long way to go, bitch. I don't want to fucking tell you. You either donate or you don't. You either support or you don't. I am who I am. And I'm all that you got right now. And if you don't like that, bitch, then create a better system and do better. I'm about to smoke my blunt. You fucking up my high. Blessing.
But it didn't stop there. Because what Shirley was doing began exposing something bigger. A system that wasn't working. Neglect, abandonment, broken promises. Then, things escalated. She started documenting everything. The conditions, the stories, the pain. And this is where it gets disturbing. People had been asking for help for years, and nothing changed. Women were being ignored. Men were being forgotten. Entire communities were being pushed aside. But Shirley kept showing up. Again and again and again. She wasn't just helping people. she was showing the world what it refused to see. And the more she exposed it, the harder it became to ignore.
Again, it's the things you take for granted that you don't have access to. When I can and I have the ability to raise funds for something, I'm not just raising money for food. I'm not just choosing Costco pizza I'm choosing Costco pizza because I understand the lack and what they miss and what they desire and what will excite them and nourish them at the same time. And I'm very specific when I do shit. It has nothing to do with budgeting and everything to do with intentionally what will shift the trajectory of this moment. November 1st is going to bring a lot of mixed emotions. Remember, it is a day that the community came together and it started with some Costco pizza. I don't know what your mood is going to be like tomorrow because I don't know what's going to happen for you, but I'm hoping to shift the trajectory of that mood by pizza, by creating something different. You know what I'm saying? When the memories go back, you have something else to navigate from, to pull from. No matter what happens tomorrow, you have a choice. You have a choice of where you can pull from. And a promise is a promise. If I told you I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up. And I'm going to promise you again tomorrow as I put pizza in your hand. I know it looks scary. Monsters always look scary in the dark. You got to let us shine some light on it. And you see it's just a pile of clothes. It was never a monster to begin with. No such thing as monsters. So no matter what tomorrow looks like, there's a lot of people that are going to shine a light. A lot of people that are going to shine a light on that monster and show you it's just a fucking pile of clothes and it's nothing to be scared of. There are a lot of people that are going to come together community-wise. And we are going to be a part of those. And I'm not even doing anything different. Again, I tell you, I don't do different. I do consistent. I've always been there for my community. I've always showed up when I can. I've always tried to create safety, a safety net when I can. I've always tried to keep my promises because I don't want to break promises to someone who's always had their promises broken. And this situation and my ability, because of my consistency, to call on the community to do more for us is what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything different. Maybe I'm doing more, but I'm still consistent. And I don't want to make big promises to a lot of people about what I can do based upon what happens November the 1st without the support of the community. And that's why I'm asking for a donation.
She called for help again, and again, and again. She raised awareness. She spoke out. She tried to connect people to resources. But the system didn't move fast enough. Not for the people who needed it most. There were moments where help came too late. Moments where people slipped through the cracks. Moments that could have been prevented. And every time it happened, it added more weight to her mission. Because she knew this wasn't just about giving food. It was about fighting a system that kept failing people.
Hey guys, the amount of people that don't know my backstory, I am shocked. So I'll quickly tell it to you. You can find it on CNN. When I won CNN Hero many years ago, they did a story on me and they have the most accurate story. But what happened was I was in my 20s and I was married for a couple of years. I was pregnant with my oldest daughter at this time. And at the time, my son was about 5 days to his 3rd birthday. He was restless. We were living in and out of hotels. I was making choices for my man, my relationship, following my husband. He quit the military. He didn't have a job and we ended up homeless. We tried to live with his family. They wouldn't accept me. We just were drug around states, living in and out of hotels, going from Arkansas to California. And we ended up back home in California where my father tried to help me. But, you know, my husband wanted to leave the show, even though he was leaving us down the road of destruction. And foolishly, as a young woman, I followed my husband. I did what I thought I was supposed to do. So we ended up in hotels, living out of hotels. And my son got very restless. He needed to stretch his legs. And I sent it to my grandmother's house, which is his great-grandmother. Unfortunately, she left some medication lying around. We don't know how it happened. All I know is I went to pick up my son the next day, and things just didn't look right. Things didn't feel right, and spirit was really speaking to me, and something just said, this ain't gonna end well, kid. I got my son to the hospital as best I could, and I didn't walk out with my son. Man. I think a couple of years later, the panic attack set in. I couldn't afford to bury him. He's still in an unmarked grave to this day. I'm still trying to raise, I have the funds now. I'm trying to get the courage to put a headstone there because it took me many years to even get the money to get a headstone for my son. I wasn't prepared for anything. I didn't have the money to raise him, nor the money to bury him. The guilt. Child, the guilt. I have done so much work on myself to try to understand why me. But anyway, beyond that, I do the work that I do in the streets because I see a lot of these young women making the same choices I did for following behind some man. Following behind some life that's only going to lead to destruction for you and those kids. You have to make decisions for yourself and for those children. So the work that I do, like I said, it's a lot of selfishness in it because I can't go back and save my son. But I see a lot of young little Shirleys out there in the street, and I can go back and try to help those situations. So that's pretty much my story. I still live a panic disorder every day. I do the work that it takes to forgive myself for that because my choice didn't just affect me. It affected my son. Years later, I found out that that same man I made those decisions for was a rapist. I divorced him.
That day started like any other. Another outreach, another moment of showing up, another chance to make someone feel seen. But something felt different. There was a heaviness, a quiet reflection. Years of giving, years of carrying not just her pain, but the pain of thousands. And yet, she kept going, even when she was tired, even when it hurt, even when the world still hadn't fully caught up to what she was doing. Because for her, stopping was never an option. Moments later, everything changed. The woman who had spent years giving life to others was gone. And just like that, the voice that had spoken for the unheard fell silent.
You want to break the fucking helper because why? The helper don't fit the image of what you wanted. The people that fit the image of the helper ain't fucking helping. The people that walk the line you want them to walk and talk the talk that you want them to talk and have the heart that you want them to have don't want to do the goddamn work that I do. The perfection you're looking for ain't out there. The perfection that you're looking for only cares about them goddamn selves. God don't work through that bitch. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. He's always chosen the latter. So his power can shine. You're not looking at the power of Christ. You're looking at the faults of Shirley. It's a shame. It's a shame that I do so much that you don't let his vision be seen. You still looking at me. I done told you time and time again, I don't exist. Shirley is just a name for my mother can't lose me in the goddamn crowd. I don't exist. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and you're making it harder. You're making it extremely hard for me to have my goddamn human experience. I don't exist. Neither do you. You doing all this fighting for nothing. Do you know that walking in that desert being distracted by statues and golds and false idols and gods look 2025-ish, look 2026-ish? You know what a false idol and a false god looks like today? It's not a statue you worship. It's certain things. There are false idols and false gods, and you are being distracted by them, and I am walking this 40-day journey, and you are making it 40 fucking years. Leave me alone and let me work for Christ's sake. And I do mean for his sake. Amen. Amen. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That a sinner like me has to check a bitch like you that's supposed to be so goddamn spiritual. If he hadn't put me through so much before he put me in this position, I might have tapped out a long time ago. My child died. My baby daddy died. My grandmama died. Everybody died. I'm still here. I'm fighting the good fight, bitch. You're not gonna win. You're annoying. You're like a fly. You're like a gnat. You're in my space and you annoy me so much sometimes I have to leave my room because that buzzing won't stop. But I'm still gonna live in the goddamn house. You're just like a gnat. One day I'm gonna open the window and you're gonna fly the fuck out. You're just annoying. That's all. All because of the way I cook or the language that I use. I reserve my feelings for things that count. Homelessness, child illnesses, childhood hunger. I reserve, my emotions and my feelings for shit like that matters. You know what I'm saying? I can't waste energy. You know what I'm saying? That's wasted energy. Then you win. You get my energy, you win. You know what I'm saying?
The response was immediate. People across the world reacted. Tributes poured in. Stories resurfaced. Lives she had touched spoke up. There was no crime scene, no suspect, no courtroom. But there was something else, a realization that one person had done more for thousands than systems designed to help them. And now, she was no longer here to do it. This story isn't about a single moment. It's about everything that led up to it. The pain she carried, the people she helped, the system that kept failing. Because Shirley Reynolds didn't just feed people. She gave them dignity. She didn't just show up. She stayed. And in doing that, she exposed something uncomfortable. That sometimes the people who care the most are the ones forced to carry what entire systems should be handling. This wasn't just one moment. It was a series of ignored warnings, ignored suffering, ignored people, until one woman made it impossible to ignore anymore.
Hey y'all, what y'all doing? Nothing good. Listen, I have a little cold. But listen, I spent 13 years on welfare, food stamps and everything. Then I became a working mother. I was on a working mother's program. I didn't receive cash aid anymore, but I still received food stamps and stuff. And as I started getting paychecks and just little income started coming in, I told myself that I was going to treat myself to one thing, whatever that looked like. Some of those things were tattoos. Excuse me. I also got a gym membership. So I said it to say, all of y'all judging Queen because she got tattoos and she got her nails done. Like I already said, I got people nails done. I take Mercedes to get her nails done. Y'all know that. So chill the fuck out. Number two, her tattoo journey probably started long before she got in this position. I don't want to say got herself because things are so high. It's like you could be as responsible as fuck and still find yourself underwater somehow. You don't know. Y'all gotta hold back the judgment. So much is going on in the economy right now. If I were you, I'd be more focused on my household. What's going on with me. You speak with such privilege as if this could never happen to you. You speak about clothing when I give away clothing. Oh, if they can smell good, they wearing perfume, I give away perfume. If they got lashes, I get their lashes done. If they got nails, I take them. If they can get their hair done, I do hair. How a homeless woman get makeup? I gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're without a house, not dignity, not the need for everyday items. They're without a fucking house. Chill out. Stop the judgment. We are in a very dark period right now. And the comments are a bigger reflection of you during such trying times versus them.
Shirley, tell us a little bit about why you do this.
For me, it comes from my trauma and my pain. I buried my son many years ago. When I buried my son, I was essentially homeless, staying in a hotel, my husband and myself. And I remember the night he was so restless, and I felt so bad for fussing at him. I sent him to my grandmother's house, his great-grandmother, and she left some medication lying around. That, of course, affected my whole mental, the guilt of not having stability. I went into massive panic attack and disorder. I was working and I was just living life, but I wasn't a happy person. I was very traumatized, you know what I mean? And I wanted a purpose for my pain. I knew I couldn't get rid of the pain, but I knew if I could find a purpose for it, if it make sense. You know, I took my spiritual journeys. I did whatever I could. And honest to goodness, I remember being at my desk one day. I was a medical biller. And I remember just saying, I'm tired, God. I'm tired of this life. Like, what is all this for? And at that moment, a week later, somebody asked me to go to an event at a park. And then somebody said, hey, you want to make bags for the homeless? And I helped make bags for the homeless. And then they said, would you like to come out with us and pass them out? Well, when I went to Skid Row into the streets, people were saying, oh, I love your hair. I love your makeup. I love your nails. I'm like, oh, I could do that for you. So I became the beauty lady. All the young kids found me in Skid Row in the back streets of LA. I started doing hair and makeup. And of course, like I was saying, we talked about cultural. We're not going to get people stuff without feeding them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me get some pizza. Let me get some food. So we started bringing food and I started feeding people. And it kind of began my journey on helping people, having a purpose for my pain. You know what I mean? Like, I can't bring my son back. I can't change my circumstances, but there's so many single mothers struggling who are in my position, whose children might be at risk as well. You know, and the community needed something that I had to give. And it, honest to goodness, it healed so much of me. Like, I get so much credit for doing this work, but I don't think people know I need to do this work. Like, it heals me. Without this work, I think about everything I've messed up in life. You know what I'm saying? All my faults, all my errors. And this work just, it stabilizes me, it normalizes me. It also lets me know that everything has a reason and a purpose, and nobody wants to be the one to bury a child. Nobody wants to be the one that has that diagnosis. But if you are chosen, what do you do with that pain? Don't get me wrong. It took me 20-something years to come out of the poor me, I buried a child. A lot of people have buried a child. What are you doing with the pain, Miss Reynolds? I wasn't doing anything with it. Now I take care of my community with my pain. All of this comes from my pain, not my healed places, but my broken places. That's the crazy part. This is the broken me working.
Hey guys, let's talk about it. So, yes, I'm still off my game. I've had so much trauma in my life. I've done bouts of Prozac, lots of therapy to get over the death of my child. And I was in a better place, you know, off of Prozac. My mental had healed. The experience of being drugged 2 weeks ago, waking up 3 days later in a house alone, covered in sweat, vomit everywhere. I don't think I realized how much that was going to affect my mental. I've absolutely been thrown back into the worst panic attacks I've had in my life. My thoughts don't feel real. My brain is convoluted. I did not realize the toll this would take on my mental. I've worked on my mental my whole life. I'm almost 58 years old, and I deserve some peace on my mental. I've buried my child. I've buried his father. I've buried everybody. And I've done such work on my mental, and this one experience has tilted me. I'm in prayer with Pastor Gregory. He's working with me. I'm working on myself. And I'm going to take the time I need to heal. But I really did get back out there. I love my community. I want to work. I don't want this experience to win by keeping me isolated in my home. I know that I have a lot of good work to do with my homeless community. And I know the enemy doesn't want to see me win. And getting me to stay in my house, caught up with this panic disorder again, is a way of winning. And I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm going to tighten my circle a little bit. I am going to close my bubble. Not a little bit, a lot. My mental took a toll. I wasn't prepared for this. I was prepared for the physical battle. But not this part. So I'm working on it, and I'm working on me. And I know you guys will be patient with me. Love you.
So now the question is, could this have been different? How many people have to suffer before real change happens? And what would you have done if you saw what she saw? If you found this story eye-opening, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because the truth in these stories doesn't stop here.